Kids at the Creek friends, this is Mrs. Sorensen. Today we're going to paint a rock for Father's Day that says, "You rock." Okay? First of all, just like at school, we always put a paint smock on when we paint, just to protect your clothes. I have an apron. If you don't have anything at home, you might just put an old t-shirt on over your clothes. Just something to protect your clothes from painting, because it's always something that we have to be cautious and think about. I'm just gonna tie this behind me. There we go. I have my rock. I just went and picked a rock out of my yard. You kind of want a rock that's big enough for you to be able to write on, okay? It's just a rock. I kind of dried it off, got all the dirt and debris off of it. I didn't wash it or anything, it's okay. And then I have a paper plate, a big dinner-sized paper plate for my rock for me to paint on. And then I have a little plate. This one happens to be plastic, but a paper plate will work. And I'm going to put my paint on this and use it like a paint palette, okay? And I have craft paint just because I have craft paint at my house. If you don't have any craft paint, that's okay. You can use maybe house paint, latex paint would work as well. If you don't have any paint at all and you don't have any access to any paint for any reason, maybe just color it with markers. That would be okay too. Let's see, and today I picked out maybe Seahawk colors. So if Dad's a Seahawk fan, you can paint it blue and green. And I have other colors. I got yellow and red and maybe a gray. I don't know if I'm going to use all these colors, but I just picked some colors to paint with. So I'm going to take my paint and put it on my little plate. You don't need a whole lot. This paint will go a long way. That's the thing about craft paint, is it's very concentrated, and a little goes a long way. We have used this in school before, and you might remember using this paint once before, but if you have it, that would be great. If not, like I said, it's okay too. And I have some red, because dads like red, kids like red, right? And yellow is always a fun color to use. You can paint your rock any way you want to. It doesn't matter. It's art, and it's your creation, so you can paint it any way you want. And remember, art is not perfect. It's however you want to paint it. So I have a good sized rock. I'm going to be able to write on this rock. So if you get a little tiny rock, it might be difficult for you to write on. That's why I kind of got this size rock. Okay, so I have a paintbrush. If you don't have a paintbrush, you can use maybe a foam brush if your mommy has a craft foam brush. If she doesn't have any brushes at all, maybe take a piece of paper towel, and I'll use this napkin, and you can maybe just use your finger, like wrap the paper towel around your finger, and you could paint with that too, right? I mean, use your imagination, and you don't have to have a lot of equipment to make this gift, okay? I'm going to get my brush wet a little bit, and if you remember from school, it's been a while, when we use watercolor, we always dip our brush in the water, and then we're going to paint with a color, and then we want to rinse it out of the brush. So that's why I have some water today, because I'm going to change colors. That way it will give me an opportunity to get a clean brush and go with a new color, okay? So let's start with blue, because it's such a pretty blue, and I'm just going to paint the front of the rock. I'm not going to paint the bottom of the rock, okay, because it'll be easier for you to set it down on a table or anywhere that Dad might want to use it if the bottom doesn't have paint on it, okay? So I'm just going to get a little more blue and paint like this. And remember, like I said, it's art. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to rinse this out, and look at the water. It's turning light blue. It's so pretty. Now my brush is clean. I'm going to dry it off just a little bit, and I'm going to get some green. Now Seahawks have this bright green color in their uniforms, I think. So let's get a little more. It's such a pretty color, and it doesn't matter if it bleeds into the blue, that's okay. Why? Because it's art, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay. All right, so I'm going to paint a little bit, and I really don't know don't have anything in my head on how I'm gonna paint it. I'm just kind of randomly painting it. If you wanna think of a pattern in your head, use your imagination, you can, and paint it however you want to. Okay, I think I'm gonna carry this green down to the back side here and see how I'm painting the back. So make sure you paint the whole rock, okay? Except for the bottom. That's pretty much what you need to do, because when Dad has it on his desk or on the counter, you're gonna wanna see the whole thing. So I'm gonna rinse this brush out again, and look, it's making a pretty ocean color. Made a new color. And remember that when we painted and you paint things different colors, make new colors. 2 colors make a new color. So let's see, let's add some yellow. And look how bright that is. And I'm also gonna use some red, because lots of dads like red. But I'm kind of using some lighter colors, so when I write, it'll be easier to see the words on the lighter colors than on the red. So I am painting it a little bit all the way around the back. See, now I have a little bit left. I'm gonna rinse this yellow out. And I'm going to paint red last. And I have gray on my plate, but I never did use it. And I probably won't, because I don't really have a place for it. So it almost looks like a rainbow rock. Just picked some colors and decided to paint with them. You can paint the whole thing red if you want, or the whole thing blue. You can paint it all one color. If you only have one color, that's okay. Remember, it's a gift from you to your dad, and Dad will love whatever you make for him, okay? So I'm gonna rinse my brush out so it's nice and clean on my table. And my paint's all wet and I can't really write on it right now. So because I have to finish the video for you, I'm gonna use my hair dryer. You can dry your rock in the air and it can probably dry overnight. So if you wanna put it somewhere where Dad won't see it, it will dry and then you can write tomorrow. But today we're gonna blow dry it and then write on it. Okay, I'm just blow dry it for a couple minutes. It'll take a minute or 2 to dry. See how fast I can get it to dry. Okay, pretty fast I think. I have it on low speed so you can actually hear me talking. If I put it on high, and I can already see that it's drying. And you can make it, like I said, all one color. You can do a rainbow. You can paint a rainbow on it. You can paint it however you want to. It's your art and it's your creation. And like I said before, Dad will love it no matter what. So it's almost dry. I can see that it's drying really good. I'm losing the shine in the paint, so that tells me it's drying. Then I'm going to write on this rock. You rock. Okay. I'll test it with my finger. Yeah, I think it's dry. Okay. So that's my rock. It's all dry. And I've got a pencil. And you are going to write the words U-Y-O-U, rock, R-O-C-K. All right, and if you don't know how to do that, you can ask your mom for help. She can help you write it, but we want it to be from you. This art is created by you, so have your mom maybe write the words and you can copy the words, but you do the writing the best you can, because Dad's just gonna love that, okay? So I'm gonna write the letter Y, and I'm writing it upside down so you can see it. And then there's an O, and then there's a U, okay? And then I'm gonna write the word rock, R-O-C-K. Awesome, that's in pencil. Now, I'm going to take a marker, and if you don't have a marker, a Sharpie marker, you can just use a regular black marker. I'm sure at home you have some sort of markers, or Mommy can help you find one. And I'm just gonna write over the top of it. If you want to do the pencil and Mommy wants to do the marker, that would be okay too. So that says you. And I'm hoping my Sharpie will go over this paint because it's still a little bit. There we go. I think you can see that. It says you rock. There we go. There is your painted rock. It says you rock. And if you want to write your name on the back, you can write your name on the back. But see how it's not painted and it can sit down on the desk perfectly. If you want to wrap it, you can wrap it in some tissue with some pretty ribbon, or you can just give it to him just the way it is and present it to him on Father's Day. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that project, and all dads rock. Happy Father's Day.